armed and extremely dangerous.
Police say surveillance video from other robberies helped provide the information needed to identify the gunman. Carrie Gregg, KYW News Radio.
Aiming for a mid-May trial, the judge in the Jerry Sandusky case says he'll rule soon on whether to pick a jury from outside Center County and other pre-trial motions that were talked about at a hearing in Belfront yesterday. KYW Harrisburg Bureau Chief Tony Romeo was there.
Usually it's the other way around, but in this case, it's the prosecution that wants a jury brought in from outside Center County. During the hearing, the prosecution cited as one potential problem that identities of the alleged victims have been shielded, and that it could turn out a juror might recognize an accuser when he takes the stand. But Sandusky's attorney Joe Amendola doesn't see that as a problem, because for one thing,
the accusers aren't relegated to Center County. A number of the accusers live outside Center County.
The judge is also being asked to change Sandusky's bail conditions. The defense wants Sandusky to have visits with grandchildren. The prosecution wants him to remain inside his house, and told the judge of complaints from neighbors that Sandusky watches children from the deck behind his house. In Belfont, Tony Romeo, KYW News Radio.
8 people have been arrested over allegations of corrupt payments to police and public officials in connection with the phone hacking scandal involving Rupert Murdoch's UK tabloids.
The phone hacking scandal just won't go away. Scotland Yard says 8 more people have been arrested, including several employees of the Sun newspaper and a police officer. Actor Hugh Grant, who's been lobbying for media reform, says it's not about celebrity.
I'm much more interested in the corruption of the police. I'm interested in the fact that we've had 6 successive governments competing to be sycophantic to various newspapers.
Grant accused the UK tabloid of latching onto a public interest defense for what is really the invasion of people's privacy for commercial profit. Linda Albin, ABC News, London.
KYW News Time, 10:10. Now the KYW Garden Report with Fran Novelli.
This is the time each year when the Jewish New Year of the Trees is celebrated, and the Morris Arboretum in Chestnut Hill has events all week for children to learn about planting and caring for trees, culminating in Family Day festivities this Sunday, February 12th, from 1 to 3, where children will get a seedling to take home. Just like Arbor Day, the New Year of the Trees is an opportunity to take stock of trees around you. Check on trees you've planted over the years. How are they growing? It's a reminder to have older trees on your property inspected. Winter's a good time for an arborist to get a clear look at an older tree structure before it leaves out in the spring. And it's also a good time to consider new trees you might want to plant this year. Another way they celebrate the holiday in Israel is to eat and drink things that grow there. Grapes, dates, figs, pomegranates, and olives. So you could enjoy those or celebrate by eating nuts and fruits from trees that grow around here. I'm Fran Novelli for KYW News Radio.
KYW News Time, 10:11.
How many times a day do you need your teeth? You probably don't even know. We eat and talk and don't give it much thought. But when pain or embarrassment makes it difficult to do the things that many of us take for granted, you might think there's no solution. Stop the endless cycle of root canals, crowns, or bridge work, dentures, or partials that slip and never feel quite right. Dr. Elizabeth Fox wants you to know there's a way to begin a new life with a permanent solution. Highbridge.
I've worn top dentures without question every day. I've tried partials 2 or 3 times. I've had 2 or 3 different dentists make different partials for me in the bottom, and I could never adjust to them to use them. It was a great feeling to be not self-conscious with opening your mouth.
Highbridge efficiently restores high dental function. Call Dr. Elizabeth Fox at 856-467-1115 or visit her online at DelawareValleyHighbridge.com. Restoring dental function. Rebuilding confidence. Visit DelawareValleyHighbridge.com.
KYW News Time, 10:12. Now traffic and transit on the 2s, sponsored by The Dump.
Because of icing, Dr. King Drive is blocked off between the Art Museum and Montgomery Drive. 76 and 95 are okay through town. Crews are out putting salt on the highways. If you're traveling to or from New Jersey, drop the speed to 35 miles an hour at the area bridges. 42 is looking pretty good. Mass transit, no report of delay. Next update, less than 10 minutes. I'm John Bonner with from the KYW News Radio 24-hour traffic center.
Get dumped and love it. 5 acres of brand new, brand name furniture, handmade mattresses, and oriental rugs. No frills, just 30 to 70% off price. Never pay full price again. This weekend only. To the dump, to the dump, to the dump, dump, dump.
KYW News Time, 10:13.
Would you use dirt as a sponge? Sounds kind of dumb, right? But dirt actually acts like a sponge when water's around your home's foundation. Then, when there's too much water from rain or melting snow, dirt can't hold it. And the water's got to go somewhere, like right towards your basement. Get a little water, and walls and floors start cracking. Get a lot, and you get a basement full of water. Hey, want to keep your basement dry and protect your family's health from mold and mildew? Call Mid-Atlantic Waterproofing. Those guys you saw on ABC's Extreme Makeover Home Edition. Their patent-pending HydroTrack solution guaranteed to keep basements dry. Call 800-MID-ATLANTIC now. That's 800-643-2852. Because the cost to waterproof your basement now is nothing compared to what a flooded basement will cost down the road. Oh yeah, there's interest-free financing too.
Now and for a limited time, get a free sump pump with any new installation. Call 1-800-MID-ATLANTIC for details. Some restrictions apply.
Mid-Atlantic Waterproofing for the driest basement in town.
Now the KYW AccuWeather, the KYW 5-day forecast.
Still tracking the passage of an Arctic cold front this morning as the main batch of light snow begins to wind down across the Delaware Valley. We're ending up with a coating to an inch or two, primarily on non-paved surfaces. Daytime highs will top off into the upper 30s. However, as the cold Canadian air blasts in, temperatures will start to plummet. Along with some leftover flurries or isolated snow showers through the rest of the day, the wind will start to howl in the wake of the front, with gusts peaking around 35 miles per hour. Skies will clear tonight, and as the low dips to 20 degrees, any wet or untreated roads will easily ice over. The sunshine returns Sunday, but with frigid air in place, our high climbs to only 33, with vicious wind chills no higher than the teens. More sun for Monday, high 39, then we're back to 44 with clouds for Valentine's Day, Tuesday. Weather bulletin sent to your phone when you text CBS Philly Weather to 84816. From the CBS 3 Eyewitness Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Katie Fallinger on KYW News Radio.
Currently, winds are from the north at 5 miles an hour, humidity 85%, and the barometer is steady at 29.79 inches. 34 degrees at the airport, 32 on Independence Mall, snowing going up to 41. Give us 22 minutes. We'll give you the world. This is KYW, the news center on your radio dial. Online at cbsphilly.com and on the CBS Philly app for iPhone and Android. Good morning. I'm Paul Kurtz. Quentin Quiet is at the editor's desk in the news at this hour. We're getting hit with some more snow this morning. Not a lot, maybe an inch or so, but it's still coming down. It'll lay more on the grass than the roads. KYW News Time, 10:15. Time for KYW Weekend Sports, sponsored by Barbera's on the Boulevard. It's halftime in Philly, and the second half is about to begin at Barbera's on the Boulevard. Here's Ron Corbin. The dagger came in the final seconds.
8 seconds to go. Chris Paul with it. Driving into the lane. Ready to get out. Turn. Shoots. Up. Good. Chris Paul at the game-winning shot for the Clippers with 3.2 seconds left in a 78-77 victory. The Sixers could not get a shot off in their last possession, and Coach Doug Collins took the blame.
At the end of the game, I'll put that on me. I've got to give our team more help at the end of the game, executing a play. So that's not on the players, that's on me.
The Clippers won the game despite shooting 39% from the field and 2 for 19 from three-point range. Reporting in the center, I'm Ed Benkin, KYW News Radio.
Also in the NBA, Toronto beat Boston 86-74. New York down the Lakers 92-85. Detroit 109. New Jersey 92. Chicago beat Charlotte 95-64. Miami over Washington 106-89. Overtime, Atlanta 89. Orlando 87. Also in overtime, Milwaukee 113. Cleveland 112. Portland beat New Orleans 94-86. Dallas 104. Minnesota 97. Memphis 98. Indiana 92. A big weekend ahead for Claude Giroux and the Flyers.
This weekend's going to be a good test for us to see where we stand. Detroit are one of the best teams in the league, and so is Rangers. So, guys are pretty excited. It's going to be a tough one.
Flyers hosting the Rangers this afternoon, then playing in Detroit tomorrow night. For today's game at the Center, the Flyers will wear their Winter Classic jersey. Buffalo beat Dallas 3-2 in a shootout. Detroit 2, Anaheim 1, and it was Colorado 4, Carolina 3 in overtime. On to college basketball, Penn losing to Harvard 56-50 before a crowd of 7,600 at the Palestra. Zach Rosen netted 16 points for the Quakers, 21-2 Harvard, winning its 9th straight game. Marquee game at 9 tonight. Temple and Xavier at the Leah Corus Center. Owls have a 7-game win streak. Temple also holding the A-10 lead with Xavier a half game back. UMass is tied for second. The Minutemen visit St. Joe's tonight. More on that game and KYW's Matt Leon. St. Joe's head coach Phil Martelli says UMass